It's exciting to be with you and to be around people, and I am very happy to see you all here tonight. My name is Kathy Mullins, and I serve as the Vice President for College Advancement and the Executive Director of the GRCC Foundation. And I am very happy to be here tonight and feel honored and privileged to be welcoming you all here and honoring Dr. Juan and Mary Olivarez this evening. As Grand Rapids Community College's 8th president, Juan Olivarez forged community partnerships and increased educational opportunities for underserved populations. Mary Olivarez is equally committed to education, spending 24 years with Grand Rapids Public Schools teaching kindergarten and early childhood education and working with students with multiple impairments. Yes, absolutely. We are so happy that you are all here to celebrate with us as we honor them tonight. Before we begin our tribute to Juan and Mary, I would like to first acknowledge the GRCC Board of Trustees, GRCC Foundation Board, elected officials, and any retired trustees and board members in the room. Would you please wave to be recognized and acknowledged this evening? Thank you so much for your service to our community. I'd also like to recognize tonight we have Dr. Bill Pink and his wife Lori in the room with us. Thank you both for being here tonight. Dr. Ender and his wife Karen had also planned to be here, but they're both not feeling well and send their regrets. It's also my honor to recognize Joan Secchia and Raleigh Finkelstein, who are in the audience tonight. Thank you both for being here. We have so many people here tonight to thank for this evening's event. First, how about a huge round of applause for the GRCC Guitar Ensemble, directed by Jonathan Marshall. Also, the wonderful mariachi band, Atravedos Norteños. We'll be hearing more from them after our program tonight. Thank you so much to our foundation board members for their tremendous work around fundraising for the event, and to all of our sponsors this evening. You will find the list of sponsors scrolling on the screens here on stage. Tonight's lead sponsors include our platinum sponsor, Meyer, our gold sponsors, Dr. James V. Bezzetta family, the Secchia family, and the David and Carol Van Andel Foundation. Thank you so much to all of our lead sponsors. In total, we had 23 sponsors, organizations and individuals, sponsor this evening's event, and we're grateful to them all. We are so proud to bring this Scholarfest event back to campus. And as I said earlier, one of the great things about this event is, as compared to other events in this community, is this is a GRCC experience. And we are extremely, everyone that works here at GRCC, we are proud of our GRCC experience. So, in case you didn't recognize the experience as you walked in tonight, you immediately experienced GRCC as soon as you got that little glass of beer. So you immediately tasted the work of our GRCC brewing students and faculty. They started working on that beer as soon as the semester started. So when you started enjoying the food, you've enjoyed Hispanic and Ukrainian food that was selected specifically tonight to honor Juan and Mary's heritage. That was prepared and served by our students and faculty from the world-renowned Secchia Institute for Culinary Education. You did hear me right. I did definitely say world-renowned, because we are a world-renowned institute for culinary education. You will hear, and you will hear amongst or throughout the community, we are second or third in the nation when people talk about the Culinary Institute. And we've had students that have come to us. We had a student who came to us from Nigeria, and she wouldn't have been able to come to this institute. She wouldn't have been able to leave her country and come to the United States if it had not been coming to the Secchia Institute for Culinary Education, because we showed up as second in the world for culinary education. And that's why she got her visa to come. So it's true. And that student tells that story every time she comes. She came to live with the Bottrells. David Bottrell tells the world that story. So it's true. So the food that you had tonight was prepared by our faculty and staff. You're drinking beer that was brewed and served by our faculty and students in our brewing program. So can we please have a huge round of applause for our faculty and students that prepared the food and the beer that you're drinking tonight. And lastly, talk about a GRCC experience. Just look around at this beautiful space that we're in. I mean, have you been in a space like this before? This, if you can't say this is a GRCC experience, I don't know what is. So when we look at this space, we have two people, really, to be thankful for this space. And tonight's the very first event in this new space. And I'm so very proud to share this space with you this evening. And I'd like to take a moment to dedicate this new space before we start our official program. So I'd like to ask Werner to come up, and I'd also like to invite Joan Secchia to the stage.
Got the notes.
Oh, that's okay. And this is where Peter is actually here. I know this for sure now because Werner will understand this. Before I left my office tonight, I looked at these notes, and the pages were not numbered, Werner. And this is a big problem because Werner and I spent many days going back and forth to the lake, visiting with Peter, and going to his home here in East Grand Rapids. And every time we'd go, I would take papers. And every time I would go, he would say, "Damn it, Kathy, why aren't these pages numbered?" And I would take my pen and I would hurry up and number them. So before I left tonight, I thought, these pages aren't numbered, and I should probably number these pages. They just fell on the floor. And if they hadn't been numbered, so I'm pretty sure he made them fall on the floor to remind me it's a good thing you numbered those pages. So, Joan, I just want to say to you that this space and knowing the conversations that we had and just you welcoming us into your home and letting us have this conversation and sharing Peter with us and knowing that the relationship that Juan established and with you and Peter, and knowing how much Peter loved this Culinary Institute and how proud he was of this institute and how he made sure and wanted to make sure that whatever it was he decided to do and whatever it was we presented, he wanted it to make sure that it was a legacy, and it was a legacy the community could share, and he wanted to make sure it was something that you would be proud of too. And for us to be here tonight and to have you here, it means so much to me. And Werner, I know we had those conversations. This is beautiful.
So I'm going to chime in here ruthlessly. When we had those conversations with Peter, we didn't just go through page numbers and the lack thereof. We also went through iteration and iteration and iteration of drawings where we said, no, start over again. No, start over again, and getting closer. Oh, I like this. This is it. So thank you.
So it's hard to believe, but almost 14 years ago, many of us sat in this very same spot to say farewell to Juan as a roast. This piazza used to be an outdoor patio, but times have changed. Juan and Mary are still the center of our attention tonight, but this time around, it's really the opposite of a roast. Every category we are covering tonight is like giving an Academy Award for a different type of movie. For our movie categories this evening, we have philanthropy, leadership, infrastructure, and diversity. Let's take a look at some of what some of the nominees are for the category philanthropy. Joan, would you please come to the podium?
In the category of philanthropy, the contenders are multiple efforts undertaken on behalf of the students of GRCC. First, the Secchia Connection. Prior to Juan's presidency, my late husband Peter and I had not formed the bond with GRCC that President Olivarez would nurture, ultimately leading to the Secchia Culinary Institute at the college and substantial scholarships for students. Second, the Richard and Helen DeVos relationship, a partnership that would result in renaming the former Davenport campus to the DeVos campus and also includes scholarships for students. And third, the Open Door Capital campaign, which brought in Dave Custer as the first non-college president to serve as the foundation's board chair. And the winner is Juan Olivarez. Our next category is leadership. Gary Schenk, would you please come up to the podium?
In the category of leadership, the contenders are number 1, academics, because of Juan's efforts to create a true collegiate academic structure as GRCC matured from its junior college roots. He established the office of provost and started the academic governing council, providing professors formal control over their academic policies. Against academics, we have quality, a heartwarming story of how Juan championed policy governance in our board, brought our strategic planning efforts to a broader audience by starting community conversations involving all of our stakeholders, and ultimately winning the Michigan Quality Award. And finally, under leadership, we have community, exemplified by his spearheading the creation of the Community Learning Enterprise and the Delta Strategy, proving GRCC has a role to play in tackling our community's most intractable issues.
Well, and the winner is all of the above, Dr. Juan Olivarez. And for our next category, it says on my card leadership, but I think that was it. Bob Partridge, would you come to the podium?
In the category of infrastructure, there are many fantastic examples competing for the award. Early in Juan's tenure, you might remember the Leslie E. Tassel MTech. This facility still serves manufacturing and hands-on careers with training in welding, automotive, construction trades, and even health professions. Cook Academic Hall renaming and the renovation started under Juan. And of course, who could forget our 90th anniversary when Juan unveiled the updated enrollment center, creating a welcoming environment for students just starting their higher education efforts. And then there's the green roof, an extraordinary story of sustainability and our partnership with none other than Peter Wegge.
And the winner is, don't worry, Juan Olivarez. Our next category is leadership. Please welcome to the stage Lupe Ramos Matigny.
In the category of diversity, we have multiple contenders, starting with the creation of the Woodrick Diversity Learning Center. This office led multiple efforts, including our renowned diversity lecture series, starting serious dialogues confronting racism and bias, and championed components of the GRCC's strategic plan. Secondly, the creation of the Cesar E. Chavez Hispanic Scholarship and support for events surrounding our Latino community, from the annual gala to the Social Justice March, to recent renaming of Franklin Street and Granville Avenue, now known as Martin Luther King Jr. Street and Cesar E. Chavez Avenue. And finally, one of the key annual events celebrating Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy. Juan was always front and center, commemorating Dr. King's message. Y el ganador es mi amigo Juan Olivarez.
Juan and Mary have created a legacy at GRCC that runs deep with their endowed scholarship and the Dr. Juan R. Olivarez Student Plaza. Their names and contributions will forever be a part of our students' daily lives here on campus. For me, Juan will always be a part of who I am as a leader. He hired me 18 years ago in the president's office. I still say I'm his best hire ever. And it is my pleasure tonight to bring him back onto the stage and introduce him as GRCC's 8th president and the interim president, Dr. Juan Olivarez.
So in the category of family, we have Mary, who played a key role in our lives. She has been an incredible partner. I could not have done what I've done without her support. She has been an incredible mother through the whole time that the kids were growing up, and I was working, I was in school, I was taking different jobs. She really held down the fort and did an amazing job with our sons.
Mom, over my entire lifetime, I have seen both you and Pop work so hard. The lesson that I've learned from both of you is that it takes a partnership to achieve what both you and Pop have. It takes patience to be able to understand what the other is going through, and that has been true from both you and Pop. You have been my first angel on this earth. I love both of you individually, but all I've ever known is the two of you as a team together, and that is one of the best lessons I have learned in my entire life. You've always been so positive, even when there's so much negative that goes on, and I think that's what helped Pop throughout all his years. Thank you for giving me such a great example. There's no way I could ever repay you for what that has meant to me. So all I can do is try to be the best person I can for my kids, so that Isaiah Juan Olivarez and Milena Mary Olivarez, that those names are going to continue to carry on and mean something in this world.
Mary was an incredible special education teacher. She taught for 24 years in the Grand Rapids Public Schools, teaching children in Grand Rapids, but also from all over the county, that came to Lincoln Developmental Center, where she spent most of her career. So Mary, I just want to tell you, I could not have done what I've done without you at my side. You have been always helping people. That's who you are, and that's what I love about you. Thank you. We've been together for so long. I think we've been an incredible team.
I thought he was the only one that had to go up here.
And Kathy, this is how you do it. One page. In case you drop it, you know which page you're on. Well, thank you all, first of all, for being here. Mary and I are privileged to be among you, and for you to be here in this space really means a lot to us as we celebrate students, because it's all about scholarships and it's all about giving access to students, and that's why we do what we do. And so thank you for coming out and being a part of this. I too want to thank Joan. There's Joan. And Peter, who I know is here. Kathy, I know he's here because he always is. And I do remember all the times that I spent with him on projects like getting him to support GRCC, and I remember visiting him mostly at his office. And I remember when the convention center was going up, and we'd sit in his office, and he would look out the window like, I think he's not paying attention to me. And then he would turn to me and say, "Do you think that beam is crooked?" You know, he's always watching for this city, making sure it comes out right. And Joan has been incredible in our lives and in our time. Joan has also been very supportive, with Peter being supportive here, but Joan, in her own right, has been very supportive of Aquinas College, where I've also spent a lot of time. And Mary and I met at Aquinas, and we love that place also. And Joan has really done a lot there. And both of them, what great philanthropists that we have in our community. And with that, since I mentioned Aquinas, I would like to recognize that the new president of Aquinas College is here tonight, Alicia Cordoba. Where are you, Alicia? Alicia. And may I also introduce her husband, George, who's also here. George? Because it does take a team. So thank you for being here with us, and you also, Gina, nice to have you here from the development office. So thank you. And let me also say thank you to the foundation board. Dave, gosh, I remember those days, especially when I was leaving and who was going to be the chair of the board. And I was leaving, and I said, "What about you, Dave?" And there he was, and he spent many, many years since then with the foundation. The GRCC Foundation did a great job, and now Jim Bezzetta. Where are you, Dr. Bezzetta? Where are you? Oh, another great guy who I kind of roped in during the Open Door campaign way back. And here you are today, chair of the board. How wonderful, and thank you for your service, both of you. And also to the GRCC board. I know you've already been recognized, but thank you. Thank you for having me. And I'm not crying because I'm here. Sorry about that. But thank you for having me come back in this way. What an honor. There are many board members here, and I was humbled by being asked to come and be interim while they look for a new president. And it's, since I have your attention, I also want to recognize a man who once said when he was inaugurated that he was standing on the shoulders of many good leaders, and now I stand on the shoulders of Bill Pink. So, Bill, thank you. And finally, I know that there are some GRCC board members. When I was true president, not interim, but way back when I was president here, there are some of our board members here. Gary Schenk was chair of the board for many years. Margot Anderson is here. I saw Terry Hanlon. And Rick Verberg. And David Rodriguez, one of our founding members, as well as Terry, you're a founding member of GRCC board. And so thank you for coming out tonight and continuing to support GRCC. You know, this place is really special, and I don't need to go on and on about that because we know how special it is. It is a gem in the community. We've been here over 100 years. we have provided educational services for so many, many, many citizens here. And we were JC and then CC, and we continue to grow and prosper and to celebrate this great place. And it wouldn't be what it is without, obviously, donors and volunteers, but especially with our faculty and our staff who every day come and make this place what it is today. And so thank you all for those of you who are here and those who aren't here. But we have an incredible, incredible faculty and staff that do things every single day. And Mary and I have, for many years, supported GRCC through scholarships for our students. We need to keep doing that. It's still unaffordable for way too many students. And so please keep that in mind and keep supporting GRCC and become a donor if you're not, because it goes a long way here at GRCC. And I don't know, is Pablo here? I was going to, Pablo, come up here, Pablo. One of the reasons that we love this place is because we get to educate great people like Pablo Villalvaso. Pablo, he is president of our Student Alliance group, and he is a shining star. And we are so happy, Pablo, that you're here with us tonight. And this is the reason we exist, because we educate. We're going to do great things. Thanks for coming up. Thank you. Yes, that brings us here every single day to do everything we can. So Pablo's going to be a wonderful leader. He's already demonstrating that. So thank you again for coming out tonight and being with Mary and I and our family. Let me end with our wonderful family, our daughter-in-law, Mindy Olivarez. Mindy is right up here. And our beautiful grandchildren, Milena and Isaiah Juan. Isaiah Juan. We call them Lainey and Zay, in case you were wondering. They have nice long names. And my brother, where did he go? Where are you, Al? Al. There's Al, my brother Al. And my sister-in-law, Lupe, who's up here. Lupe. Thank you. So thank you again, and I wish I could recognize every single person in this room because it means a lot to us that you're here. Thank you very much. Keep enjoying the evening and keep giving. Thank you.
Okay, speaking of keep giving, your name tags. On the back of your name tag is a QR code. If you are interested in giving tonight, Pablo, look at Pablo. How do you say no to Pablo? You cannot say no to Pablo. Scan your QR code with your phone and you can give tonight. All donations go directly to scholarships this evening, so every penny will benefit scholarships. And I would like to now welcome Dr. Bezzetta to the podium.
Well, I'm the closer, and sometimes less is more, and I think this is the time for it, right? I can see everybody. Juan I met about 20 years ago. He was right. He brought me in and reintroduced me to my alma mater during a capital campaign, and I got involved, and I haven't left since. I told Juan earlier tonight that when you put a Hispanic and an Italian in the room, you're going to have a great party, and I think this was a great party. In Italian, we say sempre familia, which means family always, and this is a community college family. And once you're part of it, it's hard to leave because it does so many wonderful things. And thank all of you. Again, as the foundation chair, I want to thank all of you for all your work, all your contributions. It is a very special place. Tonight, Joan, I have to echo again, and Mark, Secchia family, thank you. This is such a great venue. The food was outstanding. My favorite's always the dessert table. Sarah did a great job, but all the food was terrific. And so again, thank all of you. I want to thank Dr. Kathy Mullins. Kathy, I actually met many years ago when we were looking for a replacement for Juan, brought in Steve Ender. And Kathy was working in the board office, and we met, and we've been good friends ever since. She does an outstanding job. I sit on a lot of foundation boards, and I don't know another director of the foundation of a foundation in the country that it does as well as Kathy and her team. So good job, Kathy. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to be on the foundation board. I want to thank my other board members. Certainly, the board, the big board of the college does a wonderful job. And for the rest of you, just enjoy the rest of the evening. We've got food and beverage. Drive safely when you go home, and just enjoy the fact that we're able to get out and mingle with each other again. We miss that a lot, I know. So enjoy the evening. We're done with this part of the program, so enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.